Hey, welcome to Unpack Radio. I'm your host, Norris Pope Johnson. Got me the first lady.
Hello, everyone.
And we are without our DC baddest.
Yeah, keep her in your prayers, everyone. She's going through some ups and downs, so just keep her in your prayers. And we miss her.
Yes, we do. Greatly miss. And we have coming up a good friend, a good brother, and one of the craziest personalities I've ever had the pleasure of meeting. He keeps it real. He keeps it raw.
100.
And some people going to be clutching their pearls, but we going to do it to you. We give you, for our 1 year anniversary, happy anniversary, Dr. Bishop Parham.
God bless you. God bless you. Happy anniversary.
Hello, how you doing?
I'm maintaining. How about yourself, sis?
I'm blessed. I cannot complain at all.
Ain't gonna do no good anyhow.
I hear you.
All right, before we get to the questions my wife have lined up for us, please give people a glimpse of your credibility and background.
Bishop Fulton, Dr. Fulton Parham. I live in Goose Creek, South Carolina. Recording artist. I've been preaching. Did my trial seminar. I was 13 years old. I backslid, but I got back into the ring when I was 21. I've been preaching ever since. I started out in Church of God in Christ. Now I'm a holiness preacher with Triumph Churches International. I have 4 degrees. I have a wife, 3 lovely children, 2 grandchildren, and I just keep it 100. I don't believe in telling lies. I just tell the truth.
All right, now.
All right, Kim, we are ready for your questions.
All right,
fire away, sweet pea.
On marriages and relationship questions.
Okay.
Oh, my first one to you is, what makes a successful marriage or relationship?
Number 1 is trust. Number 2 is communication. Number 3 is finance. And number 4 is sex.
In that order.
1, 2, 3, and 4.
I totally agree. Yeah, that is agreeable because you definitely need trust.
Communication.
You definitely need to communicate. You definitely need your finances in order so you can relieve a little bit of tension in the household. And then after that, you gotta get to the nookie.
So when we talk about successful marriages, where do you see most people that are struggling in their marriages? Where do you see them falling short in out of those 4?
Communication.
Communication. Okay.
Communication. Yes, ma'am. Yep. Because you have to after performing 19 different weddings since I became an ordained pastor, I've come to realize that, like, if I have to travel somewhere, I'll pay my own way. But I tell them, if you end up in divorce, then whatever I paid to get here to do your marriage,
right,
you owe it back to me.
Absolutely.
So I come correct when I listen to people talk to me. I trust her, blah 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 blah. But what I do here is we don't talk. So if you don't talk in your marriage, how can your marriage be successful if we can't communicate?
That is true.
I totally agree. Communication is the key to a long-standing marriage because you may not like sometimes how the delivery go, but you have to bring it to the light.
Well,
exactly.
We're so busy talking at each other, we don't talk to each other.
Or like you say, how did it make you feel when I said it, or what did you hear?
Right. Mm-hmm. That's the tools in marriage counseling that we were giving. It's like, instead of talking at each other, if you as we're talking to each other, and just say if I said something that made him feel a specific type of way, I would say, how did that make you feel? And that's where the communication comes in, because
right,
the tools that we were given, and a lot of people, some people went through marriage counseling and still don't use the tools that they were given to make a successful marriage.
You have to realize something when it comes to marriage counseling. Studying psychology at Norfolk State University, I learned one thing about marriage counseling. It doesn't work for everybody, because your deepest and darkest secrets will not come out in marriage counseling.
Oh, okay.
You can't have a pastor marry you who's already in a broken marriage. The tools of engagement, you have to have someone who either is married successfully, because everything that you read in the Bible, you can't read it to your marriage. You can't. I'm sorry to tell you that. You can't. And I can prove my point on that.
Why? Why can't you do that?
Because number one, you have to realize something. The way the structure of the Bible is today, okay, you have to realize there's a book of the Bible that preachers don't talk about in churches, and that's the Songs of Solomon. If you get into the Songs of Solomon, the 6th chapter, the 5th chapter, and the 4th chapter, it brings a separation, because now you're finding out there's things that's in the Bible that Solomon did that will structurize when it comes to what's in the bedroom. So if you take everything that you learn in the Bible, there are certain things that's in the Bible. Okay, you say, okay, I'm getting ahead of myself about being unequally yoked.
Okay.
Like we said the last time we was on here, one person can be a stripper, one person can be a business person, a businessman. So biblically, that don't work. It may bring in finances, but you have to realize something. At the end of the day, y'all gonna have to come together.
Okay. Okay.
What's the next one, Sweet Pea? That's getting juicy.
Okay.
Some people over there already, they clutching the pearls, baby. They clutch. You got the old lady in the church hat. She done tilted the church hat like, you better shut your pad mouth, Pastor. All right, Kel.
Okay. So should a couple move in together before marriage?
Yesteryear, no. Now, modern times, yes.
Okay.
Now, that's another follow-up question. Why yesterday, yes, and why, well, no, yesterday, and why currently, yes. Why?
Okay. You have to realize something. Modern times, I have to go to modern to single. Okay, modern times, you got to look at it like this. Everybody has an agenda. Everybody wants to they want to feel comfortable. Everybody wants to feel loved. So basically, if you can't give this to me, then guess what? I'm going to move on. In yesteryear, the man could wait for the woman because there was true love across the board. Now you have a facade with love. You say you love me, but there's a mask that you have on. So you know what? Let us live together for 6 months. I know what your breath smell like when you wake up. I know how you are on your monthly. I know how you are when you had a bad day at work. I know how you are when somebody cussed you out, road rage. You know all that once you're moving together. But yesteryear, you had something called courting. When you court, you come together, you laugh, you talk, you sit on the front porch, you share a Dr. Pepper soda, and he go home and you go in the house. But now it's not like that anymore. People want to live together to get to know each other. How do you spend money?
True.
How do you communicate? Can I trust you around my children? Can I trust you within the family structure? So yesteryear, yes. Modern times, no.
That's deep.
Pastor, the church lady took the hat off, and I totally agree. I have no argument. So let's move on to the next statement.
Wait a minute. Now, I kind of do agree because one, I know in a biblical sense, no, we're not supposed to be shacking up. But as a woman, you want it, like, what Bishop said, I need to know your money habits. Are you clean? Do you bathe? You won't know, because think about it. As we're dating, your representative is here. I don't know the real you until I live with you.
Yeah.
Now let me put a pin right there on that one.
You made me remember something. After he made his statement, you made me remember something.
Everybody don't bathe. Everybody not clean.
Now I'm gonna tell you why I said yes for yesteryear. You know why I say yes for yesteryear? Why? Because a mother or a grandmother, if they see a respectable young lady, guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna tell that young lady how their grandson is. They're gonna tell that young lady how their son is. We don't have that family structure no more, because guess what? Now the grandmothers are raising children. Mothers are no longer in the equation. So guess what? We have hellions, we have sophisticated infidels that's running wild. As long as I can swing and hang, I'm going to run and I'm going to do what I want to do.
Okay. What was your question? What was your statement?
My statement is, Pastor, real quick, I made the statement brief. You made me remember it, and I wish I would have said that dang on video, but I didn't say the video. Pastor.
Yes, sir.
Oh, Lord.
Me and Kim ran into a situation on TikTok, or Toxic, which most people call it. This young man met a young lady online. He courted her online for 2 weeks. She came to his place of residence, picked him up on Thursday night. He woke up Friday morning.
Saturday. It was Saturday.
When he said Friday morning, He woke up.
Okay.
And he discovered how she lived. Clothes were askew. Roaches were in the refrigerator. And her apartment was a mess. He did not leave that place until Saturday. Okay. After he called his boss and said, I quit throw the whole job away. I found the lady who's going to let me live off of her and be a bum. And then he realized how she lived and said, I need my job back, baby. Please take me back, boss. Who's right? Who's wrong?
He's wrong.
Thank you, Jesus.
He's wrong.
Jesus. And why is that, Bishop?
Let the church say amen.
First and foremost, as a man, you are to be the leader.
Okay.
As a man, you're supposed to lead the way. Okay. The Bible says that the man is God, then the man, then the wife, then the children. Okay, so if the man is leading the way and he see that the woman is trifling, lazy, and disgusting, guess what? If he can't direct her in the right path, that's why people now get married. Live together before marriage, because now I want to see what your drawers look like in the morning.
Okay.
I want to see when you get finished tinkling, do you wipe yourself?
Right.
I want to know, like I said again, how your breath smell in the morning, how your hair look, how you cook. If you can't cook grits, then guess what? We can't talk.
Right.
If you burn bacon, then we got issues. So I'm learning you. So guess what? As the man, I have to do what a man have to do. And you got some men who are truly quote unquote men, and they know what they want in a woman. No, I don't want roaches. I don't want rats. I don't want no kind of rodents.
But Bishop, we got a lot of males. I'm not gonna say men. We got a lot of males that have no problem laying up in a nasty home.
They're trifling.
Yeah. But it's making good women feel like the bad women are winning. Okay.
Psychologically, guess what? In the prison system, if you have an entity where you feel as though that nobody loves you, and you work in a male's prison, guess what? You would get an inmate tell you are the most beautiful woman in the world. Your breath smell like roses coming out of a rose garden. You can have more zits on your face than Carter got peanuts. But guess what? That man in prison makes you feel like a man, like a woman.
Right.
So guess what? You're going to find this no good thug in the street, walk around with his pants hanging down. Guess what? He's going to make you feel like a woman. So no matter what status you are in life, guess what's going to happen? You're going to cling to that, because now guess what? This man or whatever he may be is making you feel like a woman.
Right.
And all a true woman want is what? To be loved.
Right.
Let the church say amen. The praise hands are out. Okay. All right, Kim, the next question.
Now, this is going to be a little deeper now.
Yeah, let's go for it. Let's go deep.
Are marriages meant to be monogamous? Are men made to be monogamous?
One man of one wife. One wife of one man. If you got to finagle yourself around with 3 and 4 different men and women, guess what? There was no love. There was no trust in the marriage. Like we said on the last time I was on, you may have a man that has a 12-inch pecker in his pants, but now you come along and you have a 7-inch pecker in your pants. That woman is used to that 12-inch. So guess what? She's going to want something that's going deep and driving hard. But guess what? If the woman teach her man what to do, if the man work it right, guess what? There's no need to be monogamous. There's no need to go outside the marriage. Because you work it night and day, like Carter got. Like, let me shut up. you have to keep it. You have to keep it 100. You have to keep it 100.
Right. Well, I always, for me, I talk to a lot of men, especially some that I work with, and that's the one thing I always hear: Men are not made to be monogamous, Kim. I've even had one to tell me, let your man go out and get him someone outside and come on home. You know, he love you. He want to be with you. And that's very disturbing for a woman.
I think Pops will try to set you up for the long
Pops trying
con.
to set me up.
Pops trying to set you up for the long con. That way he be like, come on over here, baby girl. Come on over here, baby girl.
But I hear a lot of men say that, and I know it's just an excuse. But you can't sit and, for me, a man can't sit and say it's not meant for a man to be monogamous. I hear, what you call a male lion is not monogamous. So how can a male be monogamous?
They're not. They have all the women. They got all the women. They push other men out of the prize so they can keep all the women.
They're humans.
Let me put it like this. Because y'all just said something that I thought about in college. It's in a woman's nature to flirt. And I can prove my point.
How is that?
Look at Grace Jones. Grace Jones may not be the most prettiest woman on the block, but guess what? She has something between her legs that every man wants. So all she got to do is bat her eyes. We can come to somebody younger than that. And I know I never met her, but look at the Williams sisters. Both tennis stars, both millionaires. One looked better than the other.
Right. Okay.
Now I'm gonna tell you like this. Why would everybody go for Venus over Serena? Or go for Serena over Venus?
Right.
So every woman, all she got to do is bat her eyes, and guess what? They're gonna draw to her. So you can flirt with your eyes, blinking your eyes. You can flirt just by the way you walk. Your hips will tell a story. Your breasts will tell a story. That's why in churches I tell people cover the legs up.
Right.
Cover the legs up. You could be ugly as all mud, but guess what? A man gonna want what's between your legs, and that's it. I yield the mic.
I agree, but I do agree it's hard.
It's hard being monogamous?
It's very hard. Some of these women out here playing for keeps. Some of these women out here, they playing the deadly game.
But I still say a lot of people are sending their representatives. You cannot keep up a fraud. You just cannot. Your real you comes out eventually.
It's all you. It's all fun and games till you end up in some
what you think about that, Bishop?
Some dirty house, and you got the young lady got roaches.
Well, my grandmother used to say this when we were little. She said, "The truth will walk down a lie on any given day." So you can't be fake and phony forever, because guess what? The true you will come out.
Absolutely.
Whether you a hoe, a slut, a pimp, or a dog, it's gonna come out sooner or later.
All right. Next question.
So, how should finances be handled in a marriage? Should you have a joint account? Should you have separate accounts? I firmly believe in maybe having a joint account for your bills and things like that, and then you still have your savings accounts individually, because everybody don't handle money the same. But how do you feel about finances when it comes to couples that are married or thinking about getting married?
And I feel the same way you feel. That joint account is the account where the majority of the money go to. And what I say is this: if you go on a girl's trip, my brother may not want to pay for that girl's trip. So if you have your money on the side in your own account, I'll tell you something. Okay, put it like this. In my household, we have a joint account. I have two side accounts. She has two side accounts. In that one joint account, we pay all the bills, mortgages, the car notes, or whatever. But guess what? If she want to go out with her sisters and them, when we go to Sherrall, we come together with that. But at the end of the day, that joint account is what tells the story.
Right.
I disagree slightly.
Okay.
You know me. Literally, I bought 2 shirts that you don't know is coming to the house.
Oh, Lord.
So you don't want me to have no parts of your money.
No, I do not.
So I literally told my man who trained me, I just now bought 2 shirts my wife don't know about. I'm gonna try to sneak them in. I'm gonna try to sneak them in the back door. I'm gonna tell the fast dude, leave him around the back.
See, that's what Bishop, he is more like a He's more like the woman. You know how the woman buys and leave it in the trunk and don't bring it in the house. That's him.
But see, that's the reason why you have that separate account.
Right.
Because like I said again, it goes back to that issue of communication. Because at the end of the day, guess what? I'm gonna tell you what, I done bought 2 Versace shirts, I done bought a pair of Gucci shoes, and that's it. But it didn't come out the main account. The main account is to secure the home, is to secure us together while we're here. Because you got to realize one thing: when it comes to a home, you have if structurally broken down. Look at it like this: when you have a home and finances, you have a mortgage.
Mm-hmm.
When you paying rent, you're making somebody else rich.
Right.
But that joint account is like a mortgage. It comes together to make one complete home. Your separate account is your separate account.
Right, bring that joint account money over here, boo. Because I gotta get my next order. I gotta get my next order of meat from Butcher Box. I need my next order, baby. Come on. And
But see, you have to realize something now. That joint account does not transfer over to your separate account.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you got money. Come on, baby.
Look, Bishop, I'm the one to be like, do I need it or do I want it?
There you go.
I needed those 2 shirts.
No, Norris just I want it.
I needed those 2 shirts. It's suns out, guns out.
Okay, this is a good one. Okay, should couples be honest about previous relationships via, just say if a man had gay activity previously or a woman was a lesbian, should they be very open and honest when they're dating and if they are into open marriages?
Okay, let me just say this. If you're dating, no. When you get into that marriage scheme, I would say yes. It's you have to be open, and that's what if you want to call it marriage counseling. When you get to that point where you're gonna say I do, and that's a ring on that finger, guess what? Now it's time for you to be open. Because see, when I took my wife to New Jersey, to Trenton, New Jersey, a girl didn't know that I used to talk to, didn't know I was married. She walked up to me and kissed me dead in my mouth.
Oh, wow.
She said, "Hey, cat daddy," right in the mouth. So
cat daddy. Okay.
She didn't know that I was that way growing up. But when I took her to where I'm from, all of a sudden she knew in college I had a name called Cat Daddy.
Right.
She knew that I could sing, I could dance, I was an expert swimmer, I could recite poems, I could do all this other stuff. But when I took her to my hometown, she's seen a side of me that she'd never seen.
Right.
And I took her there so she could see that. So in the beginning, I'll say like this, it's good to be upfront and open. Now, I've never laid with another man. That's number one. But when it comes to dating a lot of women, I had that back in the day.
Okay.
So I had to be truthful about that.
Well, Bishop, I mean, I guess for me, what I'm thinking when I say, just say if I was in the dating mode and I met a man and he was, say, gay, once upon a time, I think dating him would give me pause and concern because one, as a woman, I can't give him the same thing a man can, but I would want the option to say, no, this is not for me. So I guess that's what I'm thinking. Like, if you tell me in the beginning, that way it gives me the option to say, nah, let me move on. Because I just don't think you can flip flop from that.
Well, biblically, they say that sin is the act of same sex is a deviant, narcissist, deviant, demonic spirit.
Right.
That's for a person. Now, when it comes to that, like I said, I don't know because I preached a sermon and I don't know if y'all seen it, but I made a lot of people mad. My thing is this: I don't want to tell you about me and it don't work.
Right.
Because if it don't work, then you're gonna go away, and then somebody say, "Well, why you and so and so ain't talking no more?" Oh, he's his past relationship, he was a
right.
Or I don't talk to her no more because she had a girlfriend.
Okay.
It's just like somebody. Okay, let me ask you a question. Let's get deep about it. If you was ever raped as a woman, if you was ever raped,
Right.
Would you tell someone that you're just dating that you got raped when you was 17 years old?
No, not in the beginning. I would not.
Exactly. So let's go. The same rules apply. I don't want to tell you my personal stuff until I know that, guess what? We are in this together. We are in this to win this together. So guess what? Before I get married, let me just tell you something. When I was 21 years old, I lived with a man. Right now, I'm into you. I'm saved. God has delivered me. I haven't been with a man in 10 years.
Okay. Okay.
So that's when the truth come out. But you don't want to expose yourself too openly just dating somebody.
Okay. I can understand that.
Now I must do this because we use a few of the no words. Those 2 no words that were said are not the views of Unpack Radio and our guests.
That is
Oh, I'm
true.
sorry.
We about to get all the way canceled. y'all about to burn that a Carter.
But no,
We do not use those terms.
everybody know I
in
love
this new
everybody.
society. And no. We greatly apologize to everyone if anyone was offended.
That is true.
Because we are in the YouTube space and we have to be cautious.
Oh, I apologize. I'm sorry.
But we just want to know because we've read books and seen movies about things like that where the woman didn't know. So that's what I'm saying. It's
we
like
can ask the question, but we gotta be careful.
Right, be cautious
about the words that we use, especially that one that started with an F. That will get you all the way down.
Well, we gonna move on.
Moving on.
Okay. So let me see.
Beep.
Should couples share social media or phone passwords, passcodes?
That is the entity of trust and communication. If I trust you, I have nothing to hide. So yes, you can have whatever you want. Because at the end of the day, I don't have no chicky on the side, and you shouldn't have no little friend on the side.
Right. But I know some people feel so strongly about that. They're like, this is my phone, this is my Facebook page, and you don't need access to it. I know some couples that are not even friends on Facebook, and you're married, living in the same house. To me, that baffles me. But I've always felt like it should be an open book. Like, Lord forbid something happened to me, Norris is able to get in my phone. You know the passcode, we're good. You know what I mean?
Right.
But a lot of couples don't feel that way. They feel like this is my page, this is my privacy. And to me, that's like red flags.
What do you have to hide? What do you have to?
I like my privacy, me personally. And then, being honest, like it depends on what you're using the social media for. If you're using it for just talking with friends, go ahead, be open, give passwords away. Most of the people sometimes people use social media for business. Sometimes you gotta say crazy stuff just to get people to pull them in. You gotta pull people into your character. And not everything I post on every social platform is for everybody. So sometimes you got to have a little bit of your privacy. I trust you. I have to trust you. You got to trust me. So stay the hell out of my business.
Look at you. See that? Do you hear this? See,
well, as I again, it's a thing of trust. It's a thing of trust.
I got too much going on, and I got too many people I'm talking to, and it's just all business. But hey.
But that does causes problems in some people's marriages, that secrecy.
It does.
Next question.
We're going to counseling.
I'm standing up for the brothers. Stand out my phone. Stand up for the brothers.
Well, we talked about this one when we say how important is sex. I don't want to say sex like that, but coming together in a marriage. How important is that?
Or what they call it about being one in the flesh.
Being one of the flesh, right?
There you go.
If in a marriage, it's very important.
Right.
Because you have to look at something. Sex is an act that it's like a bond.
Right.
Between a man and a woman. it's you got to understand when you say sex, it's a feeling, it's an emotion.
Right.
You're gonna make me feel good. We have a bond together. I'm gonna make you call me Jesus. I'm gonna make you call me sweet mama. It's a bond that y'all have together. That's how important it is.
Right.
Because guess what? If the sex is dead, the marriage is dead.
Mm.
Like I said in the beginning, trust, communication, finance, then sex.
Right.
Sex have to play a role in the marriage. Because guess what? If you're not giving it to him the right way, he's gonna go find somewhere else. Vice versa.
Right.
If she's not, you're not giving it, man gonna go find another woman.
Right.
So it's very important.
Right. Because somewhere down the line, someone's lacking.
Exactly. But see, when someone is lacking, if my brother is lacking, then guess what? You as his wife, you as his soulmate, that bond should be so stronger. You build him back up. You build that confidence back up. Let him know he's your Shaka Zulu.
Right. I'm supposed to hang from the chandelier, right?
There you go. There you go. The bedroom is under fire. You want to swang?
My comment for the brothers is, I agree. I mean, sex is important, but hopefully, for some of us brothers, we got a lot of tread on those tires. So, we got to coast back into, neutral. We got a lot of tread. We got a lot of miles on it.
So Bishop,
got a lot of miles down the road. So you got to build back up.
No, Bishop. The problem with some people is that some of these guys been running loose. And when they finally get married and settle down, now they want to slow down. You
got a little tread on tires. You got to put in cruise control.
You have to realize something. When you get married, you're supposed to slow down. Because guess what? You're going back to the old landmark. You're going back to the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
The bond is when you're bonding together, you're building that sex drive together.
Right.
So you're coming together, you're building it back up. So yes, I'm going to slow down. I may have 10 miles over you, but guess what? I'm coming back down to 1 mile to make you feel comfortable, to make you feel loved, to make you feel respected.
Mm. See, back in the heyday, the man was the convertible. Now you want to bring the old Buick home and relax,
Diamond in the back, some we got in the scene with the gangster link. Ooh.
Sometimes you got little miles on those tires. You got a little tread.
A little tread.
Little tread. Over there.
Look, so I watched a movie one time, and it was a very dangerous movie, but it had something to do with this question: can a couple that is married have a open relationship, whereas they bring a third party into their bedroom? How detrimental can that be towards their marriage? Because I hear a lot of men say they would love to have their wife and another woman, but it can never be the reverse where the wife can have her husband and another man. So third parties can be very dangerous, emotionally wise.
First of all, you got to put it like this. Psychologically, somebody's sick.
Mm.
When you say, I'm your wife or I'm your husband,
right?
There shouldn't be nobody else exploring, if I may use that for a verbiage, exploring your wife's body or your husband's body. If you wanted to get a third person before you say I do, guess what? Get all that menage a trois, super sex stuff out of your system.
Right.
Because when you become one, you belong to him, and he belongs to you.
Okay.
That's why the Bible says when a man finds a wife, not wives. When a man finds a wife, he finds a good thing and obtain favor from the Lord. So if you're obtaining favor, guess what? You shouldn't be wanting to share your bed with anybody else.
Okay.
I got that. I totally agree.
Yeah.
Totally agree.
Yeah. Sometimes you see
Roll
things that just whoo.
Roll it, Sweet Pete. I got nothing on that one. Totally agree.
Well, something you talked about earlier. Should couples have the same faith? If not, how can it affect their marriage? And I know you touched on equally yoked.
Yes. Okay. To be equally yoked. Okay. I thought about this earlier. I was thinking about it at work. You're a Jehovah's Witness, and your husband is a Pentecostal Church of God in Christ member, you have to realize something. You're saying one thing about Jehovah. He's saying something about the Holy Spirit. You're speaking about kingdom melodies. He's speaking about the Clark sisters going in a concert.
Mm-hmm.
You're not equally yoked, because guess what? Now you're talking about what Jehovah is saying. He's talking about what Jesus Christ is saying. So y'all are unequally yoked. Down the line, there's going to be some discussion about biblical principles.
Right.
Okay. So guess what? Now I'm at work and I get shot. You, my wife, you're Jehovah Witness.
Right.
No blood transfusion.
Right.
Okay, I don't have time. They're telling you I got shot at work, and now I need a blood transfusion for them to save my life. You're Jehovah Witness, and you're saying no. My religion don't believe in that.
Absolutely.
Now here's the kicker: your religion don't believe in that, but guess what? Bishop Parham is a Kojic pastor. He's a Kojic bishop.
Right.
So your religion is obsolete. Now I'm looking at this man. So guess what? We're not equally yoked, because now guess what? My life is in the limbo.
Okay.
So now your religion is going to play a strong part, because that's what you're saying. I'm a Jehovah Witness.
Right. Right. And hers is going to outrule yours and what you need.
Exactly.
I will say this, you know, personally, I do have questions, because of some of the shady stuff that we see in this world. Let's all be honest. Joel Steen, and not letting people in the church when the flood come, and the prep flow dollars and a few others that will go unmentioned because they big and they might sue us. But at the end of the day, I have questions about, are we really doing this for Jesus? But at the end of the day, I totally agree that you should, whatever faith you believe in, you should both be in that faith, or it will be conflict, because you'll be shooting Bible bullets at each other throughout your marriage.
Yeah.
Roland Sweet,
Yeah.
you was on fire with this one.
Okay.
That's my wife right there.
Now,
not too many people can say that's my wife.
Now, this is a tricky one, because we've actually had this issue, but it wasn't really an issue with us. But can couples that are married have friends of the opposite sex?
Yes.
Okay.
Shut it down.
Yes.
Well, I appreciate that, because a lot of people say no.
Yes, you can. Because you realize something. In my atmosphere, in my office, guess what I have? I have female friends.
Okay.
My wife know my female friends.
Absolutely.
Now, if you can't know who your husband female friends are, then there's an issue.
Right.
Because guess what? At the end of the day, they're going to go out to lunch together. They may go out to dinner together.
Right.
Not one-on-one, or they may be one-on-one, but guess what? You have to realize communication and trust. Communication and trust.
Right.
Yes, I have good friends, and I'm trying to understand this vernacular: work wives or work husbands. I don't understand that. I don't understand that.
Question, yeah.
See, my thing is, I don't understand. Work wife or work husband.
I have been guilty of that myself.
Oh, you out yourself. You out yourself, huh? You out yourself.
I had a work husband. So but I got that. But when we talked about that, when I started dating Norris, he had a female best friend. And I give her props, Brandy Badgetts, now Brandy Johnson. She actually took the time to call me and invite me out to lunch to have a one-on-one, because she wanted to make sure that I was comfortable with their friendship. And I give her much respect for that, because a lot of women don't do that. And at the time we got together, I had a male best friend, rest in peace, Keith. And we did everything together. There was nothing there, no attraction or anything, but he was my rock, you know. Okay. So for us, I'm okay with the friendship of opposite sex, because I've been there myself. And like I said, he was my everything. He was my rock. When I needed him, he was there during hard times, and I wouldn't have traded him for the world. And with his best friend, I give her much respect, because during hard times, same thing with him. She was always there, and the respect was always there.
Right. So you have to realize something. You just said something when you said that you and him, he's been there through your hard times. Now, just imagine, and I see this so often, just because a person getting married, they drop their friends.
Right.
But guess what? When that person go haywire and you need somebody to talk to, the same friend you dropped, if they look at that and they say it was heartfelt when you dropped them,
right,
they don't want to deal with you. Go back to the same person that broke your heart. Go back, find somebody to talk to.
Right, absolutely. And I just don't think, I think people become how do I want to say this?
Selfish?
No, I don't want to say selfish, but
jealous.
It's not a jealous thing, but they, it's like
controlling.
They think that if you're friends with the opposite sex, that you all are going to sleep together or you're going to cross that line. And that's not the case. And that's where Bishop says that's where the trust comes in.
Hey, y'all can keep on listening to Steve Harvey if you want to and not have female friends or male friends. I know, and some of my female friends, like Sonia Crowder,
have been some of the best people
and keep me accountable. So therefore, you may need a female on your team to hold you accountable, but keep on listening to Steve Harvey. Keep on. I'm good. I trust you. And that's with whoever you determine you want to hang out with.
Okay.
Except for the other dude. No dude I'm talking about. You can't hang out with him.
So Bishop, look. So is flirting ever okay if you are married? Even if you call it innocent flirting, is it ever okay when you're married?
Tasha will say, even Rhonda will say,
Lord,
Fulton has a way of flirting. I walk into a store, I look at a price tag. My mindset is to pay that price. But you have to realize something. What I say is innocent flirting, I'm like, oh, sweetie, how much is this for real? Well, when is this gonna go on sale? So they say I'm flirting. But guess what? I go back to that store again, I'm getting that discount.
Right.
So you call it flirting, but guess what? I'm saving you money.
So is it, you consider that innocent flirting?
Yes, ma'am. Because guess what? If the woman is married, she's trying to do what? Make a sale.
Right.
All I'm trying to do is save some money.
Right.
So at the end of the day, guess what? If she bat her eyes, I pay it the first time, I get a discount first time. Hey, so may it be. I may never ever see her again.
Right.
That's just me.
Now, do you believe sometimes if you do see this person over and over again and you're flirting, that it can cross the line?
No, because as a man, I know how to push away.
Okay.
And see, that's when you find out if a man is really a man or not. Sometimes you have to say to yourself, okay, is it going beyond the brink? If it's going beyond the brink, push away.
Wow. Okay.
I agree with the bishop. And flirting can be innocent. Like the day I told you personally, I'm gonna tell you the world a story. I was at work. I said something crazy to a coworker who's married to a woman. We all know she married to a woman, but me and another dude said the same thing. Come on now, baby girl. You can't come in here smelling like fresh roses and strawberries and cucumbers. Come on now. Work supposed to smell like work. And we all know she got a wife. So that was innocent flirting because it wasn't going to go nowhere because at the end of the day, she ain't fishing in our pool. So you can say that safely to that person, knowing it ain't going to go nowhere. She got a wife. You can say, hey, baby girl, work supposed to smell like work.
Here you go.
So, Bishop,
what's up?
Question. What is real love? What is unconditional love?
And that's deep.
We tell people all the time we love them, but what is that? Because I don't think a lot of us really know what it is and what it details.
Real love is understanding each other. I cry, you cry. I hurt, you hurt. I pray, you pray. If I want to go on vacation, we going on vacation. You have to see. You have to realize when you love somebody, it's heartfelt and it's a mindset. Because guess what? Nobody's going to break up the love but Jesus. When you made that vow, so you could break a promise. But when you said, I made a vow to the Lord and I won't take it back, you make a vow to your husband, you make a vow to your wife. So when it comes to real love, y'all are coming together to become one. It's real. I'm going to talk to you. I'm going to trust you. I'm going to love you. I'm gonna go to the ends of the world to show you that you are my queen, that you are my king, and that's you got that real love, that feeling, that expression. You make me smile when I want to cry. Sometimes you can make me cry when I want to smile. Real love is, guess what? I'm not gonna lie just to make you smile. I'm gonna tell you the truth. If your breath stank, I'm gonna say, baby, here, you need a Tic Tac, you little tarp.
Right.
That's real love.
Right.
And a lot of us, we want to feel that.
Right.
We want to feel that oneness, that bond. And when you find it, it's real because it comes from the heart. You speak from the heart. You give excerpt from the heart.
Right.
To me, you know what's real love?
What's that?
See, I'm putting myself out there. Since you hold yourself myself accountable.
Okay.
Remember that time I had some bad food from Wawa and I had an accident on myself while I was asleep?
Yes.
And you cleaned me up?
I did.
That's real love.
I did and kept it to myself. I'm surprised you told me.
I outed myself.
You done put that out on social media.
Put it out there to the world so nobody can blackmail me later. Live your truth. Your truth. I'm living my truth, and feel free to hate in the comments.
No one is
at the end of the day, I had some bad food. I had the bubbles. I thought I was good. I turned out it wasn't good. My wife cleaned me and took care of me like a woman should. And she kept it to herself. As bad as I made her, she ain't never out this, and she could have put it in front of the world.
On social media, Bishop, like,
you know. So at the end of the day, to me, that's real love. And how you come here and you do this show with me and you're supporting my journey in fitness, that's real love. And no matter what, I don't think too many people are going to have that in their lifetime.
So just like she cleans you up, if she says, honey, I need you to go to the store and get me some Maxis. You get up, you go to the store, you say, well, what size you need?
There you go. There you go. Bishop, I got a question because Norris knows this bothers me to no end, but I see in a lot of marriages that there are so much infidelity going on. And that just strikes me to my core sometimes. When a person gets caught cheating, because I watched the program, when a person gets caught cheating, the first thing they said is that, one, you know, of course you have to apologize and you have to be sincere about it. But they also said that you need to remove yourself from the person you offended your loved one with and cut all contacts, all social media, delete the phone numbers, all of that. But you don't see a lot of people doing that. And then they repeat the offense. What are your thoughts on that?
We just talked about what was real love, right?
Right.
If you step out the marriage one time, me, there won't be a second time.
Okay.
There won't. I don't care. And I tell people this, as deep as I am in love and with biblical principles, you got one time to cheat on me. I love you. I'm going to live through this. There won't be a second time. Because if there's a second time, when you come home, guess what? You will be able to hear an echo in the house because I'm packing my stuff up and I'm out. I'm not coming back.
Right.
So that first time, if you can get it through If you can get it across mentally, if you can get it across in your heart to forgive,
Mm-hmm.
then guess what? Coming together as one would be great. It'd be something, because we all fall short. We all make mistakes.
Right.
That's a big mistake.
But do you recommend, if that's the case, the person that you did the offense with, do you remove yourself completely from them to make your partner feel more complete and comfortable?
Yes.
Okay.
Only thing I have to say, I totally agree. A black man don't cheat.
Oh Lord. Wow.
That's the shot clock. And I know you wanted to talk about one issue, so I'm reminding you about the issue you wanted to talk about, because we down.
Emotionally cheating.
Yeah, we down to the shot clock. So
we talked about emotionally cheating, where I've been through this myself, where I was in a relationship and I worked with someone, and I call it emotionally cheating to an extent, because you work with an individual that gives you compliments all day. You look nice, you smell nice, and you don't get that at home. And then you kind of start looking forward to seeing this person you work with, because that's why a lot of affairs start.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about emotional cheating? Because some of us as women, if we don't get certain compliments from our men, we look for that for that person that we work with. You know what I mean? You kind of start feeling a certain type of way. And I call it emotionally cheating.
This whole topic is taking me back to psychology. Let me just say this. You have to know each other. If you're getting that attention at work,
Mm-hmm.
if you say you love your husband, be like, Paul tells me I smell nice. You never tell me that. You have to be truthful with your mate. And emotionally, if it's getting to you emotionally, you need to tell Paul, look, you don't want Norris to come up here, because if he called Bishop Dr. Parham, he's gonna bring Hattie Mae and Charlie Mack with him, and I don't want us to start.
Who
So
that is.
stop with the comments. That's one thing. Now, secondly, if you're on a job talking like that, then guess what? That can go to HR, and somebody can lose their job. Because now, guess what? I don't feel comfortable with Paul telling me that I look sexy walking down the hallway.
Right.
Or I smell like what's it called? I don't know all the women perfumes, but I smell like whatever every day, and it smells good and it's tempting to him. Now that goes a whole different way. Now, if you're a true woman and you truly love your husband, emotionally or not, guess what? You as a woman need to put a stop to it.
Right. Absolutely. Well, this wasn't with Norris. This was way before Norris. But I get the emotional part.
Well, unfortunately, I cannot make a photo because we got to wrap this thing up, because they about to start flicking our lights in this Mickey flick. So first and foremost, Dr. Bishop Parham, man, brother to brother, I love you. I appreciate you. It's been a long and interesting 1 year in the game. We appreciate you sliding through and giving us a little bit of your time. And thank you, man. Thank you from the bottom of my heart.
No problem.
We met off the humble, and we connect all the time. And I appreciate you being in my life. And we truly love you, man. Please tell people where they can find you at. I'm
on Facebook as Bishop Dr. Fulton Parham, or just put Fulton Parham in. I'm not Fulton Parham Jr., that's my son. I would say for the Department of Justice, but that means you done something bad. But social media, just put in Fulton Parham or Bishop Fulton Parham, and you'll catch me.
All right, Sweet Pea, what do you have to say to wrap up this year?
Oh man. First of all, Bishop, thank you so much for always coming through for us. We appreciate you and your family.
Family is what family does.
Thank you. This has been an incredible 1 year, and we just thank everybody that has subscribed to Unpack Radio, that supported us. We just really thank you, and we just pray for continued success.
Can I just say this?
Sure.
I know he got to go, but let me just say this. It may have been just 1 year, but your 1 year going to turn into 20 years. Keep your love strong. Trust each other. Love each other. Always communicate. Remember that there's something that's called bedroom talk. There's something that's called car talk. There's something that's called small compliments. Small compliments is walks in the park, giving her a rose, giving him a rose.
Right.
Don't mean that he's kind of on the other side, but give him a rose sometime. Sometimes rub his feet, rub her feet. Whatever you took to get her, you continue that momentum, and your love and your marriage will grow. Keep God first. Pray together. Sing together. If one can sing and the other can't sing, that's nothing. But keep the love flowing, keep communication, and guess what? At the end of the day, when it's all said and done, your marriage will blossom. It will grow.
Right. Thank you so much
Keep
for that.
supporting each other.
Thank you.
All right, they about to start flicking the lights on us. So it's like, nice club close. All right, we'll see you next time.
Blessings, Parham. Thank you.
Salute, as always, good sir.
Yes, sir.
Next time on Unpack Radio, we still working on it because I have no idea who we speaking to next time on Unpack Radio, but it's gonna be somebody interesting. Salute.
Good night, everyone.